I am a lamb brought back from the slaughter to be a leader of a cult to help the one who waits. I will have to find resources and explore the mythical lands, cleanse the non-believers, and build up my cult to become the ultimate lamb god. I completed all 48 achievements, and welcome to Cult of the Lamb. I wake up to be in the undead and find the one who waits. They say I can go back if I start a cult in its name, and I say, absolutely. I make a deal with the devil. It offers me a red crown and sends me back into the woods. I fight my way through until I reach a creature called Ratau. He says he was once the chosen vessel, but now is sent to guide me. He leaves and I continue through the woods. I defeat some enemies and get rewarded with a coin. Making my way through, I come across Ratau again and a person tied up. I fight to save them and rescue them, and after, I get teleported to the crumbling ruins where I will build my cult and start my journey to becoming a lamb god. The person I rescued now becomes my follower and a part of the cult. I send him to go chop some trees. Ratau tells me that I need to feed my followers, so I collect materials to build the cooking fire. We clear the lands of wood, stone and berries to build the cooking fire. After it's built, I cook them a basic berry bowl, and I am told to build a shrine so I can deliver sermons to my people. But I need to go on crusades throughout the lands of the old faith. The one who waits was trapped by 4 bishops, each guarding a chain that keeps him in the other realm. It's my job to break the chains and free the one who waits. My followers and I do a dance and the door to the dark woods opens. I head on through. Once inside, I receive a sword and read the tablet. This is the lands of Bishop Leshy, the first bishop I must slaughter. I start collecting materials and move forward. I find a character named Clonic and gives me a bunch of tarot cards that I can use on my crusades. At the end of the first path crusade, I find a moon necklace. I move to the house with food and run into Rashasha. He offers me a choice of food and I take the meat. I start swinging my sword at everything and hit his wife. He warns me, but I don't listen. He loses it and attacks me, but I'm the lamb god. We enter a fierce battle, but I become victorious. I beat him and he gives me a blueprint and I leave. Next I head to the boss diamond. I make it to the boss room and Leshy appears, but says his followers will do anything for him. The followers turn into the first mini boss.
Achievement unlocked.
I defeat the mini boss and convert him into my cult. I find the boss door and it looks like I need to go through Darkwood another couple more times to unlock the door to Leshy. I head back to the cult to find Ratau there. I indoctrinate the new followers to the cult and build a shrine. After it's built, another follower appears. I get them to pray to unlock my first divine point. I unlock the temple so I can preach to my followers and perform rituals. I deliver my first sermon to the people and receive a point I can set for a bunch of goodies. I unlock the hearts of the faithful.
Achievement unlocked.
My first official day starts now. I receive a divine point and put it towards sleeping bags, and then go on another crusade through Darkwood. While inside, I run into Ratau again, and he gives me the crown ability, so now I can use special powers as well. Moving on, I head to the person diamond to find another person about to get sacrificed. I save them and send them back to the cult. I head to Rashashka again, but he doesn't say anything this time. He just quivers while I'm there, so I let him be and I move on. I go through to the boss diamond and find Harrow, and he offers me 3 commandment stone pieces. These pieces are used to declare new doctrines to the cult. I run into the next mini boss. I make short work of it and choose another blueprint and head back to the cult. I collect more blessings and unlock farm plot. Added a new follower to the cult, cooked some food and built some more beds. I planted some seeds and I saw I missed a follower waiting to be added to the cult. I headed back to the temple to declare a new doctrine, then perform the bonfire ritual and a quick sermon to gain another point and unlock the Bane weapon. That also unlocked a new tier of things I could choose from. And that was the end of day 2. Day 3 started cleaning some poop, spending another divine point to getting the farming bundle. I then headed back into another crusade through Darkwood, and this time around I visited a question mark space and had a choice, a heart or a tarot card. I chose the tarot card. Back on my journey I found another 2 blueprints, and then it was day 4. I found a cat named Furnace. It had 4 items to choose from. I chose the follower form and I bought the tarot card too. I found and beat the next mini boss with my insane dodging skills and took the follower form as my prize. My next return would lead to Leshy for sure, hopefully. When teleporting out, I got teleported to the One Who Waits, who gave me a new doctrine to declare to my people. Back at the cult, one of my cult members said I need to name my cult. So I did. Welcome to the new cult, Lamb Chops. I opened Cult 2 and we celebrated. I indoctrinated another person to the cult, ordered my seedlings, and performed a ritual and a sermon.
Achievement unlocked.
Ratau showed up and gave me some advice about my followers, and then opened another area to explore, the Lonely Shack. I cooked some food and ended day 4 chasing spiders, cleaning more poop, and building some more beds and a farm station. It's hard being a cult leader. I cooked some grassy gruel on day 5, cleaning poop, and trying to do my daily sermons. I gained another point that I put towards Might of the Devout 1. Then I went to Darkwood to find Leshy. I found a new follower form, went to visit Furnace for another follower form, also ran into a fisherman that showed me the way to Pilgrim's Passage, best fishing place around. I finally make it to the Leshy door. It opens and I enter the arena. Its disciples sacrifice themselves to give it power. Leshy consumes their power, and it grows bigger and stronger. Now this is a real battle. I dodge and weave trying not to take damage from Leshy's attacks. And finally, I land the final blow.
Achievement unlocked. Achievement unlocked.
I pick up his beating heart, take the gold, the 2 blueprints, and leave Darkwood. Back at the cult, everyone gathers around me, and I show the beating heart of Leshy. After our celebration, I pick some berries that I've grown and put another point into Body Pit. I collect more blessings to get another point into Shelter, and ending the day with a sermon and declare a new doctrine. Day 7 starts off by cooking more food and making Julma eat a bowl of poop, for a quest of course, cheeky Barbados. I cleaned more poop and built some more farm plots, collected more blessings and put a point towards the lumberyard. I built 2 lumberyards and the followers get to work. I performed another sermon and got Curse of the Horde. I went to visit Pilgrim's Passage, I talked to the fisherman, and I caught my first fish. He gave me a tarot card for not being useless. I did some more fishing because the fisherman wanted a crab, a lobster, an octopus, and a squid. I fished into day 8. I caught a follower form and emptied the lake. I gave the fisherman all that he wanted and he gave me 4 pieces of a holy talisman. I can use the holy talisman to buy fleeces. I went into the lighthouse and talked to the lightkeeper. Seems like they have a light problem that I could help them with. I put some wood into the furnace and success.
Achievement.
With the fire burning bright, I left and bought a tarot card from the shop and 2 follower forms. I went back to the cult and preached and unlocked a new fleece.
Achievement.
I used Leshy's heart to get one of the crown perks. I cleaned, wood chopped and watered, and at night I found a skull with legs, but wasn't sure what to do with it yet. I gave some blessings on day 9 and unlocked Stone Mine. I gave my daily-ish sermon and unlocked Favor of the Righteous One. I went to the doors and a chain broke. After that, I decided to go look at the Lonely Shack and found Ratal's shack. I went inside and he wanted me to play Knucklebone. I grabbed the present and played Knucklebone.
Achievement unlocked.
He gave me a tarot card for winning. He also said that his friends are on the way to play Knucklebone too. I guess I'll meet them later. I went back to the lighthouse and they needed my help again, needing some crystals to reflect the light out to sea. I didn't have any crystals at the time, so I'll be back. I left to see how the cult was faring while I'm gone. I unlocked the offering statue. I built 2 seed holders and tended to the farm. At night, I caught a critter and it gave me a follower form. Day 10, I went back into Darkwood and ran into Harrow, saying the crusades were only going to get harder from here. I saved a new follower and made it to the mini-boss. After beating the mini-boss, I converted him and collected a commandment fragment and the Eye of Witness and teleported back, but was intercepted by the One Who Waits, who gave me a new doctrine, Sacrifice of the Flesh. Day 11 starts off with the morning sermon, a new doctrine, Ritual of Resurrection, and I perform a Sacrifice of the Flesh. That gives me 1 point to spend on vampiric weapons.
Achievement unlocked. Achievement unlocked.
I invited 2 more followers to the cult and did the usual chores, being a good cult leader and leading by example. I collected another divine point, built 2 stone mines, and unlocked the Anura door. I upgraded 2 beds to shelters, and day 11 was done. Day 12 I did some meal prep, farming, and poop cleaning. I recruited some elderly followers that were cast away from another cult. I visited Pilgrim's Passage for some more fishing, and fished into the night and into day 13.
Achievement unlocked.
I went back to the cult, I performed a resurrection ritual and a sermon to keep everybody happy, and unlocked Curse of the Occultist. After I ventured back into Darkwood to collect some more material, I picked up a follower form from Furnace and ran into Monch, who boosted one of my followers' beliefs. While in Darkwood, day 14 rolled in. I went back to the cult to find an offering chest that I could sell my materials for coins now. I collected the blessings and unlocked Finery. I built the Finery, farmed, and then brought more followers to the cult. I delivered my sermon and received another doctrine. I fed my followers, and that was the end of day 14. The next day starts off with a sermon and unlocking Kudai's blessing. I dug a body pit and decided to place that skull we found a while ago into the hole, and a follower popped out, and 7 blueprints. I fed my people, planted some seeds, and sold some materials. I collected more blessings to unlock the missionary and built it. I went back to Darkwood and found Kamek, and he unlocked some relics for me, so I could use them in my crusades. Continuing on with the crusade, I found a relic in a rock, I beat the bull-looking mini-boss, and since a day had passed, I needed to do another sermon, and found one of my followers had died. Rest in peace, Herbury. I might have harvested his body for meat instead of giving him a burial. That was my bad. Luckily no one was around because everybody was sleeping. Day 17 started off like any other, so get used to it. Sermon to unlock Hearts of the Faithful 2, collecting blessings to unlock a demonic summoning circle. I found Helob the Spider, who had captured a follower and offered to sell them to me for coins, but I have no money sadly, so I can't save them. I finally ventured into the next door, Anura. We found Hecate, the second bishop that we need to defeat. Along the way I find a blueprint, make it all the way to the mini-boss, and make short work of it. I pick the follower form as my reward, and have another tablet in my hand. On day 18, my followers' devotion's down a bit, and everyone needs food. I cook up a feast and Weber dies from a deadly dish. I bury him out of respect. I perform a sermon to get back some of the devotion, declare a new doctrine, and sacrifice a follower to show him who's boss. I unlock Might of the Devout too. I bless a few of my followers and clean up poop and tend to my farm. I put up some decorations, a request from a follower, and collect more blessings to unlock cheaper rituals and build some more shelters. The next morning, I sent Gus on a mission to collect meat, and I went back into Anora. I was stopped by the 3 bishops and they wanted me to bow to them, but I refused and they disappeared. I found some mushroom people and they talked to me about the great Sozo, who was looking for some mushrooms. If I find some, I can take them to the Spore Grotto. I murder his people and take their mushrooms and carry on. I make it to the mini boss and defeat the green bat. I collect a stone fragment and leave. For the rest of day 20, a new doctrine was introduced with a sermon and a bonfire ritual to boost morale. I collect some materials and gifts and unlock Shrine Flame Bundle. I visit the Spore Grotto that I was told about. I find Sozo. Sozo is a researcher in all things mushrooms. He will show me how powerful mushrooms are if I bring him some. He says they're in Anora. I gave him the 10 he wants, but he wants more, so he can show me how I can brainwash my followers. For the 10 mushrooms, he gives me a gift, a piece of the Holy Talisman. I buy 2 tarot cards from the shop and leave. I head to Pilgrim's Passage to fish and relax, and pull out a relic from the water. Lucky me. I fish into day 22 and clear the lake. Back at the cult, another follower has died. I collect the demonic summoning circle too, and Gassion comes back from his mission with a lot of goodies. I give my sermon and unlock necromantic weapons and perform a ritual of resurrection to bring back Barbatos. I quickly cook and accept some creatures that were looking for shelter. Our shelter has now grown to 13, and that was the end of the day. Day 23, I got the sermon out the way, unlocked Scarecrow, cooked some food since there was a rumor going around that we didn't have enough food for everyone, upgraded the demonic circle to level 2. I used the summoning demon circle and summoned 2 demons to come with me on another crusade. I freed a follower, defeated the mini-boss, and teleported back to the cult. Elagos says a rumor spreading around there's a spy in the cult, so I need to investigate. But first, a sermon to unlock Curse of the Tundra, a new doctrine, and a ritual. I accidentally performed a ritual on Barbatos, so I won't be questioning him now, and I unlocked Fertilizer Silo with the Divine Point. I accepted a quest to collect some camellia flowers from Darkwood, fed the people, and crusaded into Anora. I found a snake called Flinky, and he's a friend of Ratau. And he's a knuckle player too. I guess I'll see him later at the Lonely Shack. I saved more people, ran into Harrow, and made it to Hecate. Hecate put up a good fight with his tongue and his frog minions, but it was no match for the Lamb God.
Unlocked.
I take the second heart of a heretic and 2 blueprints and a stone fragment and leave. The one who waits appears and is pleased with me destroying Hecate. Back at the cult, we celebrate with the heart of a heretic, give a quick sermon, unlock Ritual Fast and Darkness Within, and perform a sacrifice on Julma, and unlock Might of the Devout 3. I built some more shelters for the people and unlocked the door to Anchor Deep. I went into Darkwood to search for those 10 flowers that I needed. Clonic gave me a clue to find the hidden relic, and I grabbed a blueprint from Furnace and found the flowers. Hude gave us a clue to find the hidden relic too. I went back to the cult and unlocked Harvest Totem and Weapon Mastery. I told the cult about a new doctrine and did a bonfire and ritual fast. After I visit Sozo, I gave him more mushrooms and he showed me how to perform the brainwashing ritual. And gave me another piece of the Holy Talisman. I bought the last 2 tarot cards and went back to Pilgrim's Passage and bought the last 3 tarot cards there as well. I got back to the cult for day 29. Day 29 was the usual, so I won't bore you too much. I tried the brainwashing ritual and unlocked Cult 3. After I went to explore Anchor Deep, Kalamar welcomed my demise, then left. I also found some crystal shards that I needed for the lighthouse in here, and a blueprint. The mini-boss was a breeze, and I converted it to the cult. 3 more crusades to Kalamar. I brought a follower from Helob, sermon, invited all the new cult members in, I sold a few things, and I had 666 gold.
Achievement unlocked.
And back to Anchor Deep for round 2. Kalamir showed up again and made some of my followers sick and disappeared. In the next room, I find Funko and Bop, more friends of Ratau's and more opponents for Knucklebone. I find more blueprints and follower forms. I head to the question mark diamond and Ratu offers me a challenge, no dodging in 3 rooms. I accept and move forward. He gives me a tarot card for the reward. Mini boss goes down and back to the cult. I unlock Fever of the Righteous 2, Inspire, and perform a follower ritual, unlock Janitor Station, and that's the end of day 31. I placed a lamb statue so everybody knows who the leader is. I went to the Spore Grotto and bought all the blueprints and visit Sozo, and he gave me another talisman piece. He gave me a blueprint of a mushroom statue that I need to build and then come back to see him for one last gift. I bought some follower forms and found a blueprint in the tent. Back at Pilgrim's Passage, I bought the last of the blueprints and gave the crystals to the Lightkeeper, and in return received a follower form, and then went back to the cult to build a janitor station. I unlocked Healing Bay and saved another follower from Helob and sent Gassion 4 on a mission for me. I built the Healing Bay for the people since more and more are getting sick. Day 34 unlocked Curse of the Necromancer and a sacrifice to the gods to unlock Curse of the Beguiler, Grass Eater, and Outhouse. Then went to the Lonely Shack to play some Knucklebones. I played against Flinky and got destroyed. Second game I lost again, but was getting better. Third time's the charm, I won, and my reward was a tarot card. Then I played Clunko and Bop and dominated them, and another tarot card for the win. I went to go see Helob. He seems to find all the followers, so I'll buy another one off him, and now we have 15 members. I built Sozo's mushroom sculpture and head to the grotto to buy 3 blueprints and talk to Sozo. Sozo gives me his last piece of the holy talisman. I unlock ritual cooldowns, and back at the cult, I make another deal with Helob and unlock Fleece of the Fates. I bless my people and unlock Cult 4, and that was the end of day 35.
Achievement unlocked.
I start the new day by unlocking Might of the Devout 4 and heading back to Anchor Deep for some unfinished business. I come across Plimbo in my travels. Apparently has a lot of legally acquired goods, and he shows me the way to Smuggler's Sanctuary. I find a blueprint in a chest and slice and dice the mini-boss. I visit the Smuggler's Sanctuary, and Plimbo wants the Eye of Witness from the mini-bosses that appear after the bishop dies. I give him one eye that I had, and he gives me a holy talisman piece. That leaves 3 eyes to go. I buy all the tarot cards, 1 blueprint, and all 5 follower forms. I tickle the fish to receive a new relic. And peer into the darkness, and a figure appears from the water. He asks for a fish, and I accept. I hand it over and score another holy talisman piece. I relieve Helob of his merchandise and see that Gassion is back and failed and dies in front of me. I bury him and declare a new doctrine. Hammeron has told me there's some elders that have been outcast from their cult, so I accept them into lamb chops. I unlock the prison just in case we have some naughty cult members, and the day is done. A sermon unlocks Zealous Weapons, and a collection of blessings unlocks Crypt 1. I visit Pilgrim's Passage and peered into the darkness. The Coated Fox wanted a follower this time, and I agreed for another holy talisman piece. I went to the Spore Grotto and found him again. Now he wanted 2 followers or half a red heart of mine. I sacrificed the half a heart, and another talisman piece is mine. Another visit to the Lonely Shack where I found a follower form behind the hut. I went back to the cult and performed some blessings and unlocked Fleece of the Glass Cannon. We needed a new doctrine, so I chose Glory Through Toil. After I collected more blessings to unlock Demonic Circle 3, I went through to Darkwood to find a follower and 2 blueprints. Sermon number... I've kind of lost count, but I do get Merciless Weapons from it and a new doctrine. By unlocking those 2 and a ritual, I earned another point for Godly Weapons.
Achievement unlocked.
Helob and I have a great business thing going on here. Another short run through Darkwood yields 5 blueprints, 3 followers, 2 divine points, 1 doctrine, and 1 complete crusade. I come back for a sermon, new doctrine, 2 rituals, and unlock Outhouse 2. I welcome all the new cult members and have reached 20. With 20 cult members, blessings are flying in, and I unlock Shared Shelter. I clean up a massive poop, and my next sermon, I unlock Might of the Devout 5. Sacrifice a member and add a new doctrine, the wedding. Then I decide to get married. For getting married, I receive a tarot card. I'm getting points for blessings every day now, so I can get confession booth and make my members confess to me.
Achievement unlocked.
I finally head back to Anchor Deep with 2 demons to help finish off Kalamar. I find the boss door, break through, and meet Kalamar's demise. I defeat him in an intense battle. It was no easy feat. I collect his heart and 2 blueprints and take it back to the cult. Unlock some more weapons and doctrines, and now I can collect the sins of my members that I can use to upgrade the temple and other things. I performed the Rite of Lust ritual and a mating tent. I upgraded the temple with the sins that I've collected and started grinding in Anchor Deep. Kalamar gave me the most trouble for the no damage achievement, so from day 47 to 53, I grinded to get the no damage. The good thing about this achievement is that you get to find the statue, break it, and you get to teleport straight to the fight. Here's what I collected during those days. 7 blueprints, 4 divine points, 4 doctrines, 5 followers, 1 tarot card, 4 weapon upgrades, and finally 10 relics. All of them were from doing a sacrifice ritual and unlocking weapon points.
Achievement unlocked.
Back from the grind, I unlocked Tabernacle 3. The cult was still running strong with 22 members. I unlocked the Sinner's Pride doctrine and collected some sins to upgrade the temple again to stage 2. I make some more beds for all the cult members and feed them. I make a trip back to Smuggler's Sanctuary to catch a critter for a follower form and a blueprint from the grotto. I find Zozo tripping out on mushrooms, so I leave him be. I buy the last 2 blueprints from Pilgrim's Passage and head home. I do some more confessions at the cult, I collect a few more divine points and get started on the last 6 weapon masteries. At this point, we're in grind mode, trying to max out all our point trees. Dagger mastery is done, 1 more to go. At this point, we are still buying followers from Helob. I go through Anora once again, but find a gentleman named Ratu. Maybe Ratao's dad. He offers me some hearts, but I do see a tarot card in the corner for 100 coins. I save yet another follower. I find a tarot card for 135 with Monch, and fight the mini-boss, and grab the Eye of Witness. A new day and more sins from the cult members, and I unlock Drinkhouse. I unlock my last doctrine, or so I thought. I use the sins to upgrade to Temple Icon level 3, and I build a drum circle and play the drums to end the night. Morning confessions and blessings all around. I unlock Finery 2, go into Anchor Deep. I find the mini-boss and extract the follower out of it and collect the Eye of Witness. Again, I am still collecting sins, and a sermon for those juicy points for the last weapon upgrade, Gauntlet Mastery. I make sure we are refining materials for special needs, I build a hatchery, and I get married again to unlock the Reindoctrination Stone. I do a quick drum circle and visit the grotto, but I find Zozo has died. Probably an overdose, but I take the seed of Zozo and hand in the 2 Eye of Witnesses for 2 talisman pieces and head back home. Not much happened in day 61. I just hung around the cult for the day. I unlocked Drinkhouse 2, planted the seed of Zozo, and I healed the sick followers and recruited some starving people. I refined more material and built some shared shelters for the people. I unlocked Crypt 2 and built a drink house. I performed the ritual of harvest so I could pick that Zozo seed, and this happened. Zozo was back, but not himself. I talked to Sozo and he wanted me to find Mushroom-O in Anora. so I agreed. I upgraded the temple to Icon 4, another confession, and made Breetree drink for that sweet sin. I gave some blessings so I could unlock Morg 1, and made some food to keep the cult going. I made my way back into Anora to find Mushroomo. I find him stuck on a mushroom. I fight to save him, and I succeed. I send him back to reunite with Sozo. Sozo was happy to have Mushroomo back, unlocked Morg 2, and I sacrificed a member, and I did the Rite of Lust ritual.
Achievement unlocked.
Sozo asked me to go get Mushroomo from the Anora again. Kinda confuses me because we've already got Mushroomo back and we gave him back. So I deny his offer and he gets angry at me. So I grab him and put him in prison and re-educate him. I re-educate Sozo in the morning and free him. And the mushroom falls off his head and I think he's back to normal now. For helping him, I get a follower form.
Achievement unlocked.
For his trouble, I let him have a drink. I extract the sins from him and another member, and get 2 costume blueprints. I build a mating tent and unlock Janitor Station 2. I go on my second crusade through Silk Cradle. When inside, I find a tree that points me to Midas's cave. I'll have to visit there later. I collect another follower form, and the mini-boss was some sort of centipede, but it was no match for my missiles. I got a follower form for my troubles, and moved on. It looks like Weber's collecting taxes. I do more sin collecting, new followers, and more deaths. I sliced one up and got a relic for it. I made some drinks and sacrificed another member for good reasons. To make up for it, I performed a drum circle. I collected more blessings to unlock Grand Shelter and collected my refined gold bars. I asked 2 members to have a baby, and it worked. The best thing is you get to choose its traits. Most important one is 15% faster to level up. I took the egg and put it in the hatchery, and left to go on Crusade 3 into Silk Cradle. I found a turtle named Shrummy, another Knucklebone player and Ratao's friend. The mini-boss was a scorpion, and yet again, it was no match for my scythe and hammer combo. Weber was playing up, so I took him to prison. I think some of the power got to his head. I checked on the egg, and I unlocked the leader tent, so I had somewhere to sleep. I introduced 3 new followers, and visited Midas's cave. I went to Midas's cave, and met Midas. He seems to sell anything for gold. I found the fox in the darkness, and he wanted Ratau. I sadly said yes. I tried to grab him back, but it was no good. He was gone forever. But I did get a follower form and a talisman piece. I bought a tarot card and left. I went back to the Lonely Shack to play some Knucklebone in Ratao's memory. I defeated Shrummy in honor of Ratau and received a tarot card.
Unlocked.
I head back to Lamb Chops to see what's up and unlocked Healing Bay 2. I let Weber free from prison. I picked up some gold bars and head back to Midas. I gave him 10 bars and bought all 3 blueprints and all the follower forms. I found a sacrifice throne there, so I tried it. It turned one of my followers into gold and Midas gave me a talisman piece. I went back to the cult to find the egg ready to hatch. I unlocked Lumberyard 2 and Fleece of Fragile Fortitude and upgraded the temple to Icon 6. Now for the next 28 days, I grinded to get my 12 disciples. I needed 12 level 10 members, and once they were level 10, I would perform the ritual of discipleship. These are my 12 disciples. Also, over the 28 days, I unlocked Missionary 2, Basic Decorations, a robe from the confessional, Missionary 3, Farmer Station 2, Tailor and Kitchen, Compost, Fertilizer Storage, Seed Storage, Devotion Harvest Totem, Scarecrow, Bone Decorations, and that was it. I got remarried and I got a wedding suit blueprint. I met up with Bereth for a robe design. I went back to Midas and bought all the tarot cards and all the blueprints. I sacrificed 3 followers for talisman pieces. Also found a follower form behind the piles of gold. I collected the last tarot card from Helob in a crusade, and we hatched 5 eggs.
Achievement unlocked.
I finally made 30 drinks at the bar and received the drink tender's vest. I went to Pilgrim's Passage and solved Klonik's riddle and found a relic behind the lighthouse. I was also able to make an offering to the snail statue. I upgraded the temple to Icon 7 and kept on grinding collecting sins. It's been a while, so I played the drums and called it a day. The only thing I did on day 103 was I waited till the night and prayed to the monster statue I built a few days ago, and a follower form popped out. I made a few bowls of poop and got a follower form for it. Quite weird. I went on a crusade to collect some more materials because most of the rituals need bones and I was running out. I went on a crusade and brought 2 robe designs from Berith. I had to find her twice because she only sells 1 of them a day. I summoned 3 demons and went to find Shamora. I bought another robe design from Berith. I made it to the door. The final bishop awaits. Shamora turns into a massive spider, but with my 140 plus damage and my 3 demons by my side, Shamora never had a chance. With the final blow, I take the heart and grab the blueprint.
Achievement unlocked. Achievement unlocked.
I'm teleported to the one who waits. They want the crown back from me to sacrifice my life at the gate and sends me back. The welcoming party celebrates when I'm back. I don't head to the gate just yet. I collect the last crown perk and upgrade the temple to Icon 8. I walk up to the gate and it smashes open. I ignore it and go to Silk Cradle. Since I need the last Eye of Witness. But first I buy 2 more robe designs. I get to the mini spider boss and grab that Eye of Witness. I give Plimbo the last Eye of Witness for that lovely holy talisman piece. I head back and get the fleece of the deceased heart. I collect more sins and back for another 2 crusades to buy some more robe designs. I refine more gold and day 112 is done. I have enough to get the temple icon to level 9 and expand my farms. I collect the last robe design that I can buy, so now I'm going to have to find the rest on my own. On day 115, we celebrated with a Rite of Lust ritual and got a robe design for it. I summoned a Hathor demon and went on a crusade, and by the 4th room the demon disappeared, and it came back later on with a robe design. I crafted a lot of robes for my cult and got rewarded with a robe design. Finally, I have collected enough sins to get the last temple icon upgrade to level 10. I head through the door into the gateway. Luckily, I have 20 followers to do the ritual and teleport to the one who waits. I choose my weapon and power and go find him. I refuse to be sacrificed. I am the Lamb God. He sends out Baal and Aim that I beat with no problems at all. The one who waits breaks his chains and the battle is on. First phase goes past and now he's mad as hell. Now I defeat his eyes one by one and defeat him.
Achievement unlocked.
I spare his soul so I can make him serve in my cult until the day he dies. Back at the cult, we have a lot more things to do. We ain't done yet. I run into someone back at the gate. It says that I'm the god of death now. I need to crusade once more to give peace to the bishops trapped between life and death. All the doors relock and here we go again. I go through Darkwood, but this time I need to look out for lore tablets. They are hidden away in secret rooms and hidden in special areas. I hit this post with a crown sticking out of the ground and a secret room appears. I make an offering and get a lore piece. I run into Midas, and he steals some of my gold and runs away. I'll get him back, I promise. Now to get to Leshy, I need to complete 4 crusades again. 1 down, 3 to go. I did a sermon and 4 new fleeces appeared that I need to collect now. Question mark God wants God tiers that I collect from bosses and crusades. So another grind begins. I enter Darkwood to do another crusade. 2 out of 4 done. I realized I'm collecting blessings that I can trade in for God tiers now, since the divine tree is maxed out. I crusade and run into Clunko and Bop. They are taking a break from Knucklebone. They say Ratau took them in when they had nowhere to go. He was loved by all and called me a good leader. I make it to Leshy and no words are exchanged. Even in his stronger form, he is no match for me. I collect my God tiers and leave. Now Now that Leshy is a member of the cult, he asks me for a favor to find his eye in Darkwood. But before that, I heal all the sick and see the god. It opens Purgatory. It's open for me once a day, and I must complete a full row 6 times to get a reward. I also give him 7 of my god tiers in an item roulette. I received 4 talisman pieces, 2 follower forms, and 1 forgotten commandment stone. Now there are more doctrines to unlock, and I get the Fleece of the Curse Crusade. I go to Purgatory and start a run. This one starts off in Darkwood and goes through all 4 areas. There are no material to pick up, only god tier fragments and chests. I spend the 3 god tiers I collect and receive 1 commandment stone, 1 follower form, and a necklace. I head back into Darkwood to find Leshy's eye. I find his eye and it's a relic. I finish off the crusade for some resources and head back home. I give Leshy his eye, talisman from a god tier, and a new doctrine. I unlock the Rite of Wrath, or Confessions and Blessings. Day 128. I started off with a Purgatory run and collected some god tiers. We created another egg and I smashed it with my hammer. I collected a god tier from the Overflow of Blessings, then went on a crusade through Anora. We tried for another egg that I smashed, and then immediately tried again, and smashed that egg too, and a robe design popped out. I went back to Purgatory and collected some more god tiers. Daily Purgatory run for god tiers, Elob still having a supply of followers, and a Nora run to keep the mission going. Purgatory run number 5, and an Anora run to make it 3 out of 4. Our last Purgatory crusade. As we went through the crusade, they get longer, and this one made us refight all the main bishops and the one who waits to complete it. I went through Anora to face Hecate to set her free. I found the lighthouse keeper with the mushroom people. Quite an odd interaction. I found Monch and found a secret document behind the bonfire. I'll take that. I faced Hecate once more, but with my overpowered crown abilities, she was no chance. I talked to Hecate. She wanted me to find her throat in Anora that was left behind. So back into Anora I go. I find it on a question mark diamond and added it to the relics. I teleported out and gave her throat. Now to unlock Anchor Deep, I had to sacrifice a level 7 follower and have 18 followers. I sacrificed Goldie. You will always be remembered. Then went and handed in our 20 god tiers to see what I could get, and we received 11 commandment stones, 1 necklace, 5 holy talisman pieces, 2 blueprints, and a follower form. I unlocked a new doctrine, unlocked the Fleece of the Berserker, and went to unlock Silk Cradle Door. This door wanted a level 10 follower and have 20 followers. I sacrificed here, my poor disciple. I upgraded the missionary to level 2 and went to sleep. I unlocked a new doctrine since I have commandment stones coming out the lamb's ears. I gave a funeral sermon to pay respect to Nojul, one of my dead disciples. I went to Anchor Deep to start one of the 4 crusades to get to Kalamar again. I found another secret room for an ancient tablet and ran into Midas, that little thief, and he stole more of my gold and ran off again. He will pay for that when I get a hold of him. I collected more blessings and received a god tier. I healed a few sick members and unlocked another doctrine, the Fight Pit. I chose 2 followers to fight, and I was pleased with the slapping and knockout. I went to Anchor Deep to find another ancient tablet and found a burial site. I dug up a lost message and left. Limbo was hanging about talking about harder monsters and booty. Another new doctrine, and we celebrated with a ritual feast and put everybody on a fast. Back to Anchor Deep to find ancient tablet number 4, found another gravesite and found another lost message. Another fight ritual I was pleased about, starting to turn the cult into a UFC pay-per-view. I added a new doctrine and went to sleep. A sermon to start the day, back into Anchor Deep to find ancient tablet number 5. We found the fisherman a long way from home, and we finally get to Kalamar. With a crown ability and the hammer, the damage is too strong for him. Back at the cult, a new doctrine was introduced. I healed some sickies and talked to Kalamar. We needed to go find his ear in Anchor Deep. Day 145 starts off with the sermon, a new disciple, and a doctrine, and back into Anchor Deep to find the ear. I find the ear and teleport out. A new doctrine again, and I pick my fighters for UFC 3. The fight goes well, and I receive a new robe design.
Achievement unlocked.
Doctrine number... I don't know anymore, they just keep coming. And back into Silk Cradle to start those crusades. I find ancient tablet number 6 and lost message 3. Day 149, I healed some sickies and a new doctrine. I went to the lonely shack to find an unfinished letter on the ground. I use my last tablet to unlock a new doctrine, and back into Silk Cradle to find tablet number 7. Back in Silk Cradle for the 3rd crusade, I find Midas. He ain't getting away this time, that's for sure. I beat the gold out of him and take back what's mine. I heal the sick, I chop up some bodies from the morgue from the overflow of dead cult members, and went to sleep. I head back on day 156 and find tablet number 8 and leave. I head in again on day 157. I get back to Shamora and defeat them with ease and collect my reward and leave. I indoctrinate Shamora, the last of the bishops, and he seems to be a non-believer, so I send him to prison to think about it. I talk to the god and they give me a blueprint and then show me the God of Death lease. I start to spend the 20 gold tiers I have collected because there are a few more things I need to do. I receive 4 follower forms, 7 commandment stones, 2 holy talisman pieces, 1 dark necklace, 1 light necklace, and 5 normal necklaces. I unlock a doctrine and the second to last fleece. I re-educate Shamora and let them free. I talked to Shamora and they wanted their skull from Silk Cradle. I found the 9th tablet and Shamora's skull. I gave Fenotrea the dark necklace and then sacrificed them. But something happened. They turned into AIM. I healed the sick and added a new doctrine. Day 162 I hung around the cult and handed in 2 god tiers and received a commandment stone and a follower form and went to sleep. Day 163 started off with a new doctrine. Every day seems to be a new doctrine. And went to Darkwood to find the 10th tablet. And the voice gave me a new follower form.
Achievement unlocked.
2 new doctrines today, and I gave Harama the light necklace and sacrificed them, and Baal shows up. Now I have both minions of the One Who Waits. I turn them into demons and head on a crusade to Foreigners. Apparently they are our children and I receive 2 relics.
Achievement unlocked. Achievement unlocked.
I found the last note I needed in some meat.
Achievement unlocked.
I went to see Plimbo and forgot I had an Eye of Witness. I handed it in and got a holy talisman piece. I went back to the last 3 arenas and collected the Eye of Witnesses. I did run into Aim and Baal. They thanked me in their own little way. My last day, 172, I handed in the Eyes of Witness and got 3 talisman pieces and resurrected Weber, my oldest disciple. I put on a feast and then unlocked the last fleece.
Achievement unlocked. Achievement unlocked. Congratulations. 100% complete. You've unlocked all achievements.
Then we partied into the night and went to bed.